me with Journey of Shadows. Welcome, nice to see ya on today's edition of Blinding Myself and Sun Sourcing. With all of you. Yeah, it's been an interesting one because, you know, my plan had been to just be in the woods pretty much every day until the eclipse season is over. Well, I like to be in the woods anyways, but I'm not doing any back-end work. I'm not doing like announcements, working on things on Canva or in Canva. None of that. I'm not doing anything. I'm just being still, being in nature, flowing, right? And minding my own business. And, you know, things keep happening within just this, something I'm so grateful for, this recent uptick in popularity. People are finding out about me and my work, and I'm so grateful and appreciative and so glad you guys are all here on this wild WYRD ride with me. And just being here for the transmissions and things that have been coming up. And since some of you are still, you know, maybe even playing around with the idea of shadow work or still unsure, Spirit is like, hey, you should just give some examples, like when you have them and in the moment, changing how you do things, being more in that position, that leadership role, because it's like, I know I have these skills, but I forget that all of you guys don't know me. And so, and not all of you guys know what shadow work is and what it entails. And so when things come up for me and shadows show themselves to me, I thought it would be beneficial to be sharing some of these things with you guys. So you have a point of reference and you have an idea, and it's like, yeah, even though I do what I do for a living, I am not free of shadows, and I will never be free of shadows, because that's not possible in duality. We'll always have some shadows, okay? There will always be low vibrational emotions that can come up. Doesn't mean they're gonna stick around, we're gonna live there. But yeah, you're gonna feel anger, rage, sadness, grief, loss. Like, you're still gonna feel those things, even if you heal shadows, okay? So, and if you don't, then that's another shadow. But I'm digressing with this, you know, recent, just, I'm so excited about what this means and just to connect with all of you guys. It's incredible to see where all of y'all are from. I mean, I don't even know how you guys are finding out about me. I'm so grateful. Like New Zealand, Croatia, Egypt, India, like Belgium, France, everywhere, Peru, it's Canada, you know, like it's mind-blowing, and it's so cool. And I'm so honored to be able to even have your support, your attention, your connection during this transition that we're all making, and this leveling up that we're all going through, the shedding we're all going through. Yeah, I'm just grateful to be here with you guys and a part of this journey. But with that said, Kali Ma came in and in my meditation and decided to show me one of my shadows, as she does, and give me a little talking to in her Kali way. And you know, which is somewhat, she tries to terrify me, but I don't get terrified that easily by her. Just gotta work real hard for that. But she showed me just this shadow that I have that is, yes, some of it's mine because I was programmed with it already and came into this life with it. This people pleasing, as a female, this subservient, oppressed energy, right? We aim to please, especially if we are in service and mental health or spirituality. It's like we're healers, right? And I say healers because we help people heal themselves, right? We have wisdom and tools that we can help other people tap into within themselves, right? But we can get in a trap of not being empowered or in our power, setting boundaries, protecting our energy, ourself, from harmful people, from red flags, from maybe being more dominant or in their more Kali Ma energy of that ferocious, loving mother, setting the tone versus their light self version. Okay. I often find that's a difficult thing for a lot of people within the health, wellness, holistic community. Not everybody. If you definitely work in shadow work, you are familiar, you know about it, you do it. And if you're a divine feminine, coach, healer, yes, a lot of us still speak to our power and stay empowered, but again, it's something that inherently comes up in all of us, whether we see it or not. So, I acknowledged that came up for me, and I was like, okay, well, cause I'm just getting lots of messages, and as much as I want to be able to accept and connect everyone, right? But there are certain shadow aspects that Kali wanted me to bring forward and to be the ferocious mother for her. And it's interesting because during this time, it's like, this is not the time to be like communicating and focusing on relaying messages, right? Especially through technology. But she reminds me that Mercury is my ruling planet of my chart. And so sometimes when Mercury goes retrograde, it's a often lucky time for me. An ample and opportune time. And with the Kazemi that ended yesterday, there was a lot of clarity that came forward of how and what I needed to communicate. And she just really solidified that today of like, yes, you need to speak on this. Because, I had this shadow too of this tendency to, again, act like everything's fine when people are crossing my boundaries because I'm wanting to be liked or followed or, what if this creates bad karma? Just all these little shadow things that aren't really my conscious thoughts and brain, but those are fears that have been programmed in, right? Through my ancestors, through past lives, and part of this life, I'm sure. So, noticing that and having to say, like, no, we're going to set boundaries. We don't have to specifically address every single person. We don't have to be cautious of, since Mercury's in retrograde, but Neptune's about to go into Aries, themes of aggression are going to come up. Where are we too dominant, aggressive, taking too much action, burning the candle at both ends? It's like all of that fire energy stuff, right? Hot-headed. Are we not giving ourselves proper outlets? And, sorry, there's a family walking by, but, we want to look at how we can channel that fire energy. Hold on, I'm losing my train of thought. Hello. um, oh no, she fell. But usually it's not the time for transmissions and to be sharing things, but she's like, no, you need to share this because it also it speaks to the shadows of relational themes that are going on with people, especially men, bringing out a certain group within men who do not have awareness, self-awareness, and what's appropriate, how you communicate, when to communicate, all of these things. And sorry, someone else is walking by. But seeing that I could continue to ignore said ways that people are contacting me, okay? Or I could set the tone and set boundaries and communicate and hold people accountable for their behavior, maybe encouraging some people to look at that, because if you're doing that, guess what? I know and feel that I'm like, you like copy and paste, like you do that to like, I got nothing to lose, what, I'm just gonna send this to somebody else, asking where I live and what I do for a living. Like, you can read a fucking bio, it's literally right there in front of you. I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna answer hello. I'm not gonna answer, like, I'm not here to have small talk and with every single person. No offense, like, it's not that you don't matter, your messages don't matter, but it's at the place where, like, I'm not bragging or trying to have a big ego, but like, I'm getting hundreds of messages, and for the people who are sending thoughtful messages, I will respond to you. I see them and I will get back to you. I appreciate genuine connection and responses. If you are trying to sell me something, if you call me, if you hit on me, and I don't respond and you keep messaging me, you're gonna get blocked. If you're trying to sell me something, give me a reading I didn't ask for, or ask me to DM you for information, no. We're not doing that. Even though this is my personal account, like, I am a business. So I would love to talk business stuff, and connect with that way, any kind of networking. But beyond that, I will do my best to get back to you if it's like you wanted to share something with me that maybe resonated in a video or in my work or anything like that. I would love to hear how that impacted you or helped or anything like that, or a situation where you did something similar. I love to hear that, like, when people utilize the skills that I'm talking about, that have already utilized it and can attest to the impact and power of it. Freaking love that too, because people need to see and hear that, right? That's part of this community. But yeah, beyond that, there's not going to be a lot of communication outside of that. It is a business, and if you want to work with me or have questions about working with me, my website is linked in my bio. I will not be asking questions about that. I have everything right there for you, just like with any other profile. I believe in you. You are resourceful. You're smart and intelligent. You can do it. You can figure it out. It's all over the internet. You can find it. Okay. It's just like, and if I do know you and you've messaged me and I haven't gotten back to you, I'm so sorry. This is why. Yeah, I will get back to you. I apologize. I'm a little overwhelmed by it. Although I'm so grateful and appreciative, it is like that, the light and the shadow side, right? And so, again, Callie was like, no, don't not talk about it. Hold people accountable. Look at that, right? And I'm not saying this to shame anyone or to make you feel bad, for you to be mean to yourself, but I am asking or suggesting that maybe if that is how you tend to approach women or try to contact or connect with women by having zero impulse control and are compulsive and mindless, completely unconscious and in shadow with your behavior, how is that working out for you? Are you having success with that? What's really going on? What's driving that impulsivity, that compulsive behavior? Where is your self-restraint, your higher self to bring in awareness of behavior or of, ooh, that may be inappropriate. I probably shouldn't do that. That would maybe make her feel weird. You don't just call somebody you don't know. Right? And obviously, some might be scams. Yeah. It's a given. But still, right? I think this is like even something that I had seen within the dating community. It's just like, it's this theme that single men have of like, I got nothing to lose. I'll take whoever. It's a pretty girl. I'm just like, not even gonna like be interested or look into what she's interested in or about, or like do some homework of like, oh, maybe I'll watch this video, see what have something to relate to, you know, like instead of just asking, hey, where are you from? And like, what do you do for a living? Like, are you fucking kidding me? No. I'm sorry, but no. Looking at why. Were you modeled that behavior? Did someone show you or tell you that that was okay? Or that, someone tell you that's how they like to be pursued? Or can you not help yourself and you don't know what to do? You don't know how to help your impulsive or compulsive behavior. I would suggest to get some help. Talk to somebody, a therapist, somebody, like use coping and grounding skills. That would be the time to use coping and grounding skills instead of calling someone that you don't know on the internet. Okay. And then looking at your self-respect, right? Because the shadow of it, it's like if you're messaging me, okay, and you're just sending messages and I haven't responded, okay, and my question, what I just see is like the shadow aspect. Again, I'm not judging, but I get curious and I'm like, okay, let me be a mirror and like, where is your self-respect? Right? If someone's not messaging you back, why would you keep messaging them? Right? And so I would look at that. Do I have self-respect? Do I care about myself? Do I care about who I bring into my energy, how someone treats me? Do I ask that of people? Do I have boundaries? Or do I let anything in? Maybe that's why you're getting more of the same or not what you want, right? If you're creating from, you're going to find people who don't respect themselves, right? Who will not respect you. So, yeah, there's that. And so if someone doesn't treat me with respect, as in not taking clear social cues or indication, I understand that some people have, you know, various maybe social disorders like autism, which is totally okay. And I understand that. And that's why this is a teaching moment, if that's the case. I used to work with young adults with autism. Love that work, but totally teachable, right? If someone doesn't respond, don't message again. Okay? That's just like common rule. Take it as a, not a loss, but like a lesson, right? Okay, that's fine. I'll bring that energy back to myself and send it towards somebody else who might be receptive, right? It's okay. But I think that's like, it needs to be said. It needs to be something talked about. It's something that people have a hard time. And this is something it depends on what it is, but I have had a hard time with it. And I know that we all do, is like having these really hard, honest conversations that are uncomfortable without dismissing someone's experience or hurting someone's feelings, being mean, and but also without like allowing the behavior. Like, no. I may be of the light, okay? But Callisto from The Warrior Princess was my favorite character for a reason. She's one of my shadows. So, I have it in me. I got the sass, I got the darkness. I don't like to be fucked with, okay? So I will always set a tone. And I say that with love, okay? I just create a sacred, safe container, and I just want to set a community standard of, if I see continued themed behavior, I will call it out and bring it as a lesson, but also to show collective themes within certain populations of shadow that needs to be looked at and worked through and addressing it, right? We can only help what we can see and know. If it stays in the shadow, no one's going to do anything about it. No one's going to, you know, level up, get to the next place where they want to be, right? We got to stop doing the same shit. And that's what this is about too. It's like Neptune is about to go into Aries and like shake things up, and like, Aries is already chomping at the bit to like start stuff. So like making sure, especially right now, because this is like the shadow aspect of Venus in retrograde, of relationships, of like aggression or lack of awareness, lack of boundaries. Where do you not push enough? Where do you push too hard? Where do you not give? Like, are you channeling your fire energy in the way that's helpful? Like, how are you channeling it? Are you giving yourself an outlet for it so that you don't end up doing impulsive and aggressive, inappropriate behavior. Right? Yeah, that's the thing I would be mindful of right now. And it's okay. Like, yeah, people did it. It's fine. Like, you're gonna get blocked. Or you got blocked, but it's fine. Like, learn. I hope people learn some things. Help your friends. Have honest conversations with your friends. It doesn't have to be like, oh my God. Yesterday I was getting bitten up the whole time. That's why I was moving so much. I was just like constant bites. And it's happening again. But have these conversations with your friends. Like, this is about, if you're going to keep people in your life, having certain standards and of what you allow into your life. That's extra energy, stress, all of that. Like, I became aware of the energy I was creating every single time I would get a call and then not do anything about it. I'm like, you know, like, mad, like, what the, how do they think that's okay? You know, like, so these are just things to maybe even look at within yourself, right? These are all shadow aspects I feel like we all might have, right? There's usually that one person who it's like, I don't know why I can't control myself. Like, I know I shouldn't call or text. What is it that you're actually needing in that moment? Are you needing grounding and coping skills? Are you needing to soothe your nervous system? And then check in and see, what do you want to do? What feels good now to do? Aligned to do? Does that speak to your self-worth, your self-respect, your integrity, and honoring the sacredness of another being? Yeah. Because I love to connect, but like, I by no means have to connect with everyone. Okay? And will not. Okay? Like, I'm so appreciative everybody is here on this journey. I love you all. And I wish all good things to everyone. But I do work in shadow, so hopefully this is helpful. And you guys found this to be interesting. I'd be curious to hear what some of your thoughts are, if maybe this is your experience as a female, or even on the male side, right? Are you noticing that your behavior is doing that? Can you look at that? Be brave. I'd be so grateful if you shared that and looked at that. Like, that's what this is all about, right? We're all here to learn, grow, be able to support that. Nobody's perfect. We all have stuff. It's okay. Anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their hump day. Until next time, bye.